Hey, it's Mikel Del Rosario here at the Howard G. Hendricks Center for Christian Leadership and Cultural Engagement. And today I want to take some time to walk through an event that I had the opportunity to work with here at the Hendricks Center. I want to kind of walk through this event with you so that you could learn from some of the things that I learned while working on this event for your own apologetics events that you might want to do at your church. Short of just booking speakers and taking care of the venue, there's a number of things that I learned from this, and hopefully you can learn from it as well. So this event was called the Table Conference, Presenting God to Those Who See Christianity Differently. We had a number of speakers join us at this event. Dr. Dan Wallace is one speaker who joined us. He's my Greek teacher here at DTS. Lee Strobel, who wrote The Case for Christ, was also one of our speakers. Dr. Daryl Bach, who's the executive director here at the Center for Cultural Engagement, was there as well, talking about the historical Jesus, along with a number of other speakers. But I want you to notice the Table Conference has this kind of logo of a table, which really is the same logo as the Table Podcast. The Table Podcast also helps promote cultural engagement here at the Center. So all of this is tied in together. You'll also see the brown, the orange, and this kind of font. You'll see this special font on a lot of the materials in conjunction with this event. For example, take a look at this sign right here for the exhibitors. We had a number of different signs that we put up, and they all had the same branding on it. Now, when you're thinking about signs, you might think, well, okay, I need a sign that points to the restrooms, maybe, a sign that points to where lunch is. But how do you know how many signs to put up? Well, one easy thing that you can do is to just put yourself in the shoes of a man or a woman who's entering this building and a participant going, all right, where do I go? I parked here. I found the big sign of the church. But now that I'm here, is this event in the main sanctuary? Is it in this building or that building? So kind of put yourself in somebody's shoes and it will help you think through the entire event. So straight from signage all the way to the very end of the event. Now, right in the middle, smack dab in the middle of this entire, this big lobby that they had, and all of these different tables, we set up kind of a little information kiosk which doubled as the registration booth. So there were 4 tables set up in a square like this, and you'll see all these different name tags that we had on there. I got there at the event about 7:30, and Dr. Daryl Bach was already there laying out all of these different name tags meticulously. And if you take a look, we have a number of signs around this square structure that we built from the tables, A to DE, DI to MC, and you'll see the big registration sign right there, so it's obvious this is where you need to go to register. And then MC to Z. Now, there is kind of a standardized way that people like to divvy up the people's last names, but when we looked at all the people who had registered, we kind of customized it for our own purposes. So we just took everybody's names, split them up into these 3 different sections, and split the alphabet up that way. This information kiosk also served as kind of the command center for the whole event. You'll see there's a special little section here that Kimberly Cook set up. She was the events coordinator for this, and she had a laptop, she had a printer here, and basically anything that needs to be done, because you don't have an office when you're doing this event at another church or at a different venue where you don't have an office, is she was able to print out those names, for example, those letter demarcations, so A to DE and so forth. She was able to print those out on the fly after taking a look at everybody who had registered up until that very morning. So she's even got a paper cutter there and just everything you need. Duct tape. They say duct tape holds a rock and roll band together. Well, I guess duct tape can also hold a cultural engagement or accessible apologetics event together as well. So she had a radio here as well that she could communicate with the liaison from the church, who could get maintenance out for us, could get, I needed a ladder for something, and we could just get whatever we needed right there. We also had a number of exhibitors, and they set up tables. So when they showed up, they saw a table with a sign that clearly says this is the name of their ministry, Global Media Outreach, for example, so they know that's my table. There's a little special mug with some candy, a little gift for them. And yeah, we did make those mugs up just for this event. So we had a number of tables like this. I think we had 10 or 11 exhibitors and tables like this. This one is the Howard G. Hendricks setup, so that's just an example of how the booth would look. We had one, Bible.org, and if you look down at the bottom here of this picture, there's kind of a black plate, metal plate on the ground where there's power. I had a bit of a miscommunication with where the power was in the building, so we had to quickly scramble and grab some extension cords, but extension cords and duct tape, those will help keep your event running smoothly. So Bible.org set up their booth, and you might have a number of exhibitors at your event setting up booths as well, so just make sure they have power and everything that they need.